Welcome back to the vlog. It is 2 months into 2026 and it is really dawning on me how quickly this year is passing by. Oh my gosh, another week in the books, and again, I feel like I'm late to recording, so I need to find a better system for myself in order to show up for these weekly vlogs. But I'm super thankful that I have been keeping consistent, and this is one of the big things that I set for myself this year, and I know that no matter what, I need to show up and be able to create these vlogs and to show you a slice of life. For myself, it's that accountability piece. For myself, it's satisfying the inner child in me that loved creating videos and loved creating content. For those of you that are joining, my name is Jadyn. I'm a videographer and I founded a business with my partner, a social media agency called Ctrl. The aim of these YouTube videos is to share a slice of life, what I got up to this week, lessons learned, or even just postcards throughout the week to practice my color grading, to document my life, and to bring you along for the ride. So thank you so much for joining. I haven't really revealed this on the channel, but my partner and I have been slumped in terms of business. The amount of deliverables, the amount of work that goes into planning for shoots, and a lot of the backlog that we've now accumulated over the last, I want to say, 4 months has been pretty exhausting. To no fault of my own, I feel like I very much have let myself get carried away with saying yes to a lot of projects, while also traveling a lot and also not factoring in that edits do take a lot of time, and this is one of the big learnings that I am definitely going through as we continue this business and as this content creation journey goes on. For those of you that have editing or do content creation, I'm always open to learning new tricks, tips, and just anything to improve my workflow. But this week has been awesome. I think I've been really dialed and focused and being able to churn through a lot of deliverables and getting to a point where I'm seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. In my last vlog, I spoke a lot about feeling behind, feeling stuck, and feeling like I was in a bit of a rut. And being able to take on more creative projects has allowed me to also see the end of the tunnel. But I think actually completing the work at hand is also going to benefit it a lot, obviously. For the longest time, I think I've been feeling super ungrateful with the position that Ctrl is at, and also where I'm at as a videographer. I didn't study videography, I didn't study filmmaking, I studied a Bachelor of Commerce and majored in marketing and management. I think this journey of pursuing a business has taught me pretty much all the skills that I know today. It's been a really awesome week, and I think why that has been the case is I bought myself a journal. I found this journal from My Goals, and they're an Australian-based company. A lot of their books have been incredible, and I bought a lot of them. I haven't really stuck to them as much as I'd like. Like, I literally have a 2026 journal. I have my own personal journal, but this journal for the last week or so has been really consistent, and I think it's been one of the big staples as to why I've been feeling a little bit more grounded. For myself, I think being in a rut meant that I was so hyper fixated on the fact that there was just so much work to do. But what has allowed me to really open up my mind and open up my perspective is that, holy crap, there is a lot of work to do, and this is a great thing as well. It means that business is busy, it means that people value the work that we're doing, hence why we're being called onto projects, and that is the perspective I need to hold. Sometimes I forget that I was a fresh graduate about 2 years ago, and I knew nothing about what I wanted to do in this world, and I knew nothing about where I was going to go. I felt lost, I felt directionless, and I just took a punt on myself, and thankfully that has landed me with one of the most beautiful people in my life to support me and to also build this business and build this dream life together. That is just something that I think when things get tough, I forget to really think about, and it's something that I'm trying to continue to remind myself that you need to be grateful, but I feel like I should be grateful for everything because I didn't want to pick the easy path. I wanted to build a life for myself, and I think that's something that I need to remind myself, like, how could you think that it was going to be easy? How could you think that this journey was going to be... It has not resembled anything near what I thought it was going to be, and that's a good thing. That is a great thing for me to reframe on. And I think it comes down to this notion of a lot of validation needed. It was really wholesome. One of the clients that we have that's super local just opened their second cafe, and to be able to document that experience, to be able to immerse myself in the community that they've built, and then to be pulled aside by the owners with Alicia and have them tell us how serendipitous this partnership has been and how grateful they've been for the results, for the types of videos, the style, the engagement that they as a business have received is just so validating. The thing with Ctrl is we work with so many small businesses, which I love. I love the fact that we work with small businesses, but when you're building them from the ground up, sometimes it can feel like you're throwing everything at a brick wall and nothing is budging in terms of views, in terms of engagement, and then you start to go down this spiral of, are we actually servicing this client to the best of our ability? Do we warrant the monthly retainers that we put them on? And these are things that have popped up, but to receive such beautiful feedback from the owners themselves, but even just people in this local area that we're in Melbourne, who we mentioned that we do content for this cafe, and they're like, you're the ones behind it? Like, that's incredible. And it was so funny because we went to the dog park and that's the reaction that we get. And I think sometimes when you're staring at a screen editing videos for so long, you forget that the things that you're doing actually have an impact on people. The idea of business and the core fundamental of being an entrepreneur is to help people and to fill a need or to fill something that other people can't do, which you can do, and filling it with the skill set that you have that you can do for them. And I think I forget that I can do what I do for small businesses and they see value in that. And I'm trying to relearn and work myself out of this idea that I need to have validation every single time some sort of task is done. And that just should not be the case. It's such a toxic mindset. Expecting flowers, recognition, and praise after everything that you do is just not a sustainable thing that I should be seeking. And that's something that I want to call out for myself, because I think I've been falling into this cycle. And business is hard. You're not always going to see results straight away. What I'm finding along this journey as a 23-year-old is it's so difficult to understand your place. There are some people who are starting families at this age. There are some people who are still at uni, still figuring out what they want to do. Some people are building a business. Some people are traveling the world. And the idea of timelines is always going to be something that is front of mind. No matter how many self-help podcasts you listen to, no matter how many books you read about, we're all on our own timeline. I think it's really easy for people to say that, but when you're in the thick of it, it is one of the most isolating things that there is. And one of my big struggles is the idea of just doom scrolling and comparing myself to everyone. And it probably is a combination of work being incredibly busy, a combination of comparing and judging my own work and being my harshest critic, and also forgetting and getting lost in the grind that I feel like I've forgotten how to show gratitude. This week has been an incredible reminder for myself to practice gratitude and to continue showing up by writing in something like this, and to also just voice it through a vlog. Like, these vlogs are meant to be a recap of the week, or are meant to be a slice of life, are meant to show insights into what I've been able to learn. And definitely for this week, it showed me that what we're doing here is meaningful and what we're doing is impactful, and I need to continue to lean into that so that I believe it too, because I think that belief piece is what has been missing for the last couple of weeks. thank you so much for tuning in. I know that the upload schedule has been really out of whack, but I really do appreciate anyone that is viewing, anyone that's following along for the journey. I'm still trying to figure out the types of videos that I want to make, and I definitely want to be taking the camera out in public a little bit more and documenting my life and finding a little bit more momentum and rhythm and structure with these videos. So if you are watching and you are seeing this, let me know what you want to see. Any questions that you might have, any pieces of advice as well. I'm always open to feedback. So that's me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.